You're live with BBC News. Now, the World Health Organization says regions of Sudan could be tipped into famine if the conflict between the nation's army and paramilitary forces does not come to an end. Doctors Without Borders has screened tens of thousands of women and children from a displaced people's camp in North Darfur and found a third were malnourished, twice the threshold required for a nutritional emergency to be declared. A year of war has had a devastating humanitarian impact right across the country, especially in the Darfur region. It's been almost impossible to transfer aid across conflict lines. The paramilitary rapid support forces now control much of Darfur. Warehouses have been looted and most aid workers have been withdrawn. The army has blocked land routes from outside of the country to stop weapons getting in. That has eased slightly for food supplies, but not nearly enough. The BBC has managed to get rare video from Darfur. Our correspondent Barbara Plett-Usher reports now, and some viewers may find images in this report distressing.
The youngest casualties of Sudan's war are often not victims of bombs and bullets. This pediatric hospital in northern Darfur is a front line in the country's hunger crisis. Signs of malnutrition are stark. It's difficult for outsiders to get access to the region. We worked with a local cameraman to film these images. The son of Halima Mohammed Suleiman is getting emergency nutrition after bouts of diarrhea and malaria. We just don't have enough food here, she says. We're farmers, but aren't able to harvest enough now, and there's no other income. Medicine is hard to get. In the next bed, Amin Ahmed Ali is caring for 6-month-old twins, slowly recovering from weeks of dysentery. Doctors treated malnutrition here before the war, much more so now.
The numbers have doubled. Every month and the next month, the numbers increase, despite the fact that we in northern Darfur, we had a system, a full nutritional program, which continued, but it lapsed because of the war.
It's a refuge of last resort, but those who make it here are the lucky ones. In the nearby Zamzam camp for displaced people, they queue for food. There isn't much of that, nor of clean water or health care. Illnesses that could once be treated now kill. One child here dies every 2 hours. So says the charity Doctors Without Borders, the last international humanitarians still on the ground. They found that 1/3 of the camp's children under the age of 5 are malnourished, and so are their mothers. Gisma Abu Bakr is living that pain. She lost 3 children in 4 months. One was 3 years old, another 2, another was 6 months.
I couldn't afford to take them to hospital. The pharmacy demanded too much money. My first child died on the way home from there, and the second child died after 6 days. The baby fell sick and died 3 days later. People are sick and hungry. The displaced people have no jobs.
Zamzam is one of Sudan's oldest and largest camps, formed by those who fled ethnic violence in Darfur 20 years ago, so already fragile. But the latest war between the army and its paramilitary rivals has displaced more than 8 million people, blocked aid, shut down the economy. These images show just how grave the situation is in other parts of Darfur. A regional emergency worker sent them to us from the southern and central states. The boy's mother pleading for help to feed her children, anything, she says, even something small. Aid agencies say without much greater access and more food supplies, that won't happen. I spoke to Doctors Without Borders at their Nairobi headquarters.
We have a nutritional crisis. It's a catastrophic nutritional crisis. The children that we screened in the camp of Zamzam is a tip of the iceberg. We're talking about only one camp.
So it could be much worse?
It could be much worse, yes.
This little boy may live, but if the war stretches into another year, many, many other children will die. Barbara Plett-Usher, BBC News, Nairobi.